Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm a little late. I was supposed to be on here at 5. I'm a little late. My bad. How you doing? How you doing? How you living? You peach. How y'all feeling though? What up, what up, what up? I need to find this video so I can play it um, for y'all. I need to find this video. I might just save it on Facebook though. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How you been? Oh yeah, here it goes. Okay, yo, I got post. I got the post. Hello, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. How are y'all doing? I am doing great, amazing, wonderful, all the things. You know what I mean? Today we will be talking about um, a situation that happened with Young T, Rick Ross's baby mama, and how she reached out to this guy, and we gonna talk about it. But I'm waiting for some more people to come in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We definitely want to talk about this today. Hey, Kimura, how are you? How you doing, Kimura? Just Leo, my right man with the master plan. I said, can you post the link on my time on YouTube, please? And Sharice, hey Sharice, I think you're on here watching. Thank you for watching. I see your reaction. I appreciate you. But we definitely will be talking something like it's not really so much about deadbeat dads, but deadbeat parents, period. But we're gonna start off with the deadbeat of the dads. Elizabeth Brown, that's my sis. What a. Hey, I got. I would love people to come up on the panel and talk about this today. I got my one friend coming up on here. I'm waiting on her to come up before I play the video because I want y'all to listen to some audio of where this came from today. This thought, the idea of this live today. So I'm actually waiting on her. Good energy. What's up, Debbie? Deb? What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, so I'm waiting on somebody to come up on the panel. I sent them the link before I play the audio for y'all, so y'all can see where this idea of this live came from today. But before I do that, the people that are in here so far, how is everybody? How is work? I'm actually still working right now. I'm trying to get back into going live every day like I used to. I am a medical courier for those of you who don't know. So this is the evening part of my job, and I basically take you on a ride with me as I do my job. And yeah, that's what I used to do. Every day I used to go live every day at 5 p.m. And I'm trying to get back into that. Yeah, it's great. All I do is win. I know that's right, Des. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I know that's right. Up, down. Hey, I know that's right. I hope I posted it right, B. I can look on my other page. Hold on. On my other phone. Oh my God, I'm waiting for play the audio. Let me call her real quick. I know she do got a little baby though, so I don't want to rush her. But we was actually talking right before I went live, and I was getting so heated because she was like, "Well, what's the topic?" And I got to talking. I'm going crazy. I'm like, "Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Let me get my life together." Y'all ready for me to play the audio? I'm gonna post it on my joint too. Okay, thank you, Jaleel. Can you some peaches in the comments while I'm ready for me to play this audio? Because I'm waiting for her to come up. It's not up yet, and I'm ready to play this audio so y'all can know where this idea came from for this live. And maybe I should just repost it on my page, on my Instagram. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So for whoever don't see it or hear it right now, they can go back and listen to it. But all right. So here is the audio of where I got this from. Hopefully, let me know if y'all can hear it clearly enough and all the things. Hey, good morning, John.
This is Yanti. Why do you keep making excuses to take care of your 5-year-old daughter, John? What's the problem, nephew? Yanti, me, the person that's on the phone talking to you. I asked you a question. Now you gonna answer mine? Why do you keep making motherfucking excuses to take care of your 5-year-old daughter, John?
Yanti, who is Yanti?
Bruh, I just asked you a question, dog. A very important one at that. Why are you constantly making excuses to take care of your 5-year-old daughter, John? Bitch, I'm not putting on your phone. Bitch, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're not providing for your 5-year-old daughter. That's what this phone call is about. This ain't no game, bro. I'm not playing with you. My name is Yanti to you. I'm calling you because my niece told me that you always got a motherfucking excuse when it comes to taking care of your 5-year-old daughter. Now, can you give me the excuse you give her?
I don't have no excuse.
We'll get to it then. I do know, motherfucker. Now, this is what I need. This is what I'm advising you to do. Call my niece. Call. What you say?
What the fuck do y'all be thinking y'all here playing on my phone, bro?
If I knew, I knew what?
What the fuck people got going on? What like this?
So you homeless right now? Wait, calm down, motherfucker. I bet you want to help you. Calm down. So you homeless right now? Okay, send me your cash out then, nigga. Fuck you get mad at me for? Send me your cash out, Okay, well,
I got court cases. I got fees.
I understand you, nephew. Don't get mad.
I can't do it. I'm in jail.
You right. You right. Listen. Okay, listen. I'm gonna talk to him.
Yes, calm down. Text me your number. Text me your cash out, okay? Text me your cash out. I'm gonna send you some. And I'm gonna send her some too, baby, for Christmas. All right? I don't want you to get crazy. I love you. She told me to not get on you, but you making excuses. I said, there you go. Now I'm gonna get on her and let her know you got a motherfucking hardship right now.
Okay. So the audio I just played, if y'all want to re-listen to that audio, it's on my Instagram. I just shared it. I posted it on my page. And I want to say hi to everybody who just came in on YouTube and Facebook. So basically, Yanti, Rick Ross's baby mother, um, what she does is call her, and she will call your baby daddy and basically cuss your baby daddy out, or like check him and ask your baby daddy like, why you ain't taking care of your kid, da da da, woo woo woo. That's what she does. So typically, the baby father will like cower down, hang up on her, or be like, I take care of my kids, and argue back with her, and then she cuss him out, and it's like funny and all of that. This particular time, the guy is like, I ain't got no money, I'm homeless. Did she tell you that it was cold and it was 3 months I was sleeping in my car and all this other shit? So immediately Yanti goes into like, well, why you getting an attitude with me? Maybe I can help you. Give me your cash app. I'll give you some money and da da da. So he proceeds to go on with his situation. Well, I can't. They trying to lock me up, and I can't do nothing if I'm in jail, and all this other shit. Okay, dude. Cool. Now, my thing is, first of all, I believe that. Okay, first of all, let me just start right here. All of this is hypothetical that I'm about to say because I don't know the baby mama situation, the situation. He could be like the girl. He, of course, who would be lying, but she got a child and he ain't helping. Well, apparently he ain't helping. He admitted it. He ain't got no money. He homeless. He ain't got no job. He poor. Whatever. He can't take out. That's his reason. Are we back? If y'all can see me, can y'all comment? Jalil just sent me something. He said the screen was purple. Can y'all see me now? Okay, we back. Okay. So the first point I was making was, dude says he was living in his car for 3 months, sleeping in his car for 3 months while it was cold. It is December, so I guess I don't. So that's another thing. I don't know exactly where this guy lives or whatever. But okay, so we all living in a world where everything is high. Everybody know how the economy is. And let me just put this out there. Let me ask a question. This is a question to everybody who's going to watch this replay, and this is a question to the people that's in here right now. If you were to be homeless, like dead ass homeless, like really nowhere to go, like you're literally sleeping outside, like me, both of my parents were dead, right? So I don't have no parents I could go to. I don't have no grandparents. I don't have no aunts or uncles. I have siblings and I have friends. And have somewhere to stay. I know that for a fact. I could go to my friends, knock on their door, call them up, and say, um, I ain't got nowhere to stay. I need somewhere to stay. I don't be feeling bad for people who, because this how I be feeling. I be feeling like when people be living on the streets and they don't have absolutely nowhere to go, that 9 times out of 10, they probably burnt bridges with a lot of people in their life. That's just how I feel. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. Like, you mean to tell me that not one person in your life gonna let you stay with them so you might get back on your feet, get a job, let them pay you a couple dollars, let you sleep on their couch, they floor, in their basement, in their attic, in their spare room? Like, nobody in the world, not one person, not one person. Another bitch you was fucking with. Like I said, if you got parents, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, friends, your niggas, your homegirls, nobody in your life is. I be thinking people burning bridges, but that's just me. I don't know. Another thing, as a man, I be feeling like men who are able to stand on their own 2 feet, 10 toes, as they like to put it, and you're saying things like, I ain't got no money, I can't do this, I can't do that, da 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 da, woo 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 woo. Why? What are the challenges? What are the obstacles in your way that you can't do anything? What are the obstacles that you can't? Definitely, or of course you can't take care of your kids, but you can't even take care of yourself in no type of way. That's crazy. I mean, I know some niggas be like, they be felons, they be in trouble. I don't. It's just so many situations where I feel like niggas be making excuses. Period. Like the mama said, this nigga making excuses not to take care of his kids. And I feel like motherfuckers' priorities be fucked up too. Like, for instance, I'm gonna put myself in a situation. I'll tell y'all some of my business. And I'm not a person that bashes my baby father. Like my son 20. I don't feel no type of way about my baby dad. Like I can give a fuck less about the nigga. Like all that shit. But it was for 7 or 8 years my baby father did not pay me no child support. I didn't get one single fucking dollar from him. Nothing. No support at all. Not a fucking penny. Okay? And my son participated in sports, after school activities, band, going on trips, out of town, clothes, shoes. He was not bummy. Haircuts when it was time when he was trying to grow locks. All things. Now, I will say this. I was in a relationship with someone. So, in that time, that man, of course, he did help me. Greatest thing that was ever, that was a great thing. But was it that man's responsibility to help me with somebody else's child? Absolutely not. Am I very grateful and thankful for that man? Absolutely. But my baby father didn't do shit. And when I say nothing, I'm talking about zero, zilch, nada. Nothing. For 7 or 8 years. Okay? From 2000, what year my mama died? From 2015, so a year after my mother died, all the way until my son graduated in 2023. So for 8 years, my baby father ain't do shit for my son. Okay? And he had a couple of different excuses for shit. And, like, I barely asked, though. Like, I wasn't on this nigga phone, like, can you give him some shoes? Can you give me some money? Can you do this? Can you do that? Da, 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 da. I think, like, when I first stopped getting the child support back in 2014, it was right when my mother passed away. And I literally needed to buy clothes for my mother's funeral for my son and I. Like, and I'm like, I ain't get the child support. Like, you know what I mean? At this particular time. And he like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. Da, da, da. And I'm just like, well, I ain't really so much worried about myself. I figured out for myself, but I want to buy Dejan, something for my mom's funeral type shit. And, he basically told me like, shit, I don't figure it out. Cool. Um, and that's what I did after that, for the next 8 years, 9 years or whatever fuck, I figured it the fuck out. I ain't have a choice, right? Um, and I so when the guy started flipping out and I ain't got no money, I ain't got nowhere to live, I ain't da 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 da, and the first thing she said was, I'ma help you, give me your cash app. My thing is, I wonder, like, when the girls be calling in saying that they are single mothers, or they not necessarily single mothers, but these baby daddies ain't helping. I just be wondering, do she be helping them? I'm just wondering, just a question. And if not, in my mind, the mother got to, us as mothers, or the single parent, because it don't just be, hey, I'm good, how are you? It don't just be single parents, you know what I mean? I mean, it just don't be mothers, because there's a lot of fathers out here that's taking care of their kids too these days. Because there's a lot of mothers that ain't worth a good goddamn neither. Okay, I'm on my live right now on YouTube. If you got time, you should watch it.
Huh?
I say I'm on my live right now on YouTube. You should watch it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
V Peachy's World. Hold on.
VP what?
V Peachy's World. I got my card. Hold on. Got my card.
VPG World?
Like VPG, like VEA.
VEA.
And then Peachy, PEACH.
Peachy, okay.
Yeah, and then World.
Okay. Did I give you a receipt?
Yeah, you gave my card back. All right, see you. Okay, y'all, I'll be having to go through there. Yes, and you're right. Child support don't even touch. When I say touch, I'm talking about touch what we actually need as parents to take care of kids. It don't touch it. It don't touch it. I remember getting $100-something every couple of weeks. And I remember my son's shoes costing $150. I ain't got food stamps for my son since my son was a toddler. Okay? Because I was a mother who had one child, and when you make a certain amount of money, you're cut off food stamps. Like, you got to be poor to get food stamps, and that ain't just got like that. It's been like that for years. And I dead ass remember going to, this is when you actually used to go to your appointments, and then they changed it to over the phone. I did as remember going to my appointment and the lady telling me, have another baby. What? Or telling me, oh, well, when you bring in your check stubs, like you're basically making too much where you can't get no stamps. So what you do is, when you bring in your check stubs, call off work one day each week, and and then your gross won't be this, and then ma'am, I can't afford to call off no day so I can get. Now, don't get me wrong. It's like, okay, I guess it's like you don't want to think like that. You don't want to have that mentality where you trying to like cheat the system and, okay, let me call off these days so my gross won't be this, so I can have get a couple $100 so I can have some food in my house. But the way I was hustling. I had a second job. I'm doing all kind of shit. Fuck them food stamps. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck them. I don't even need them, because I definitely ain't about to call off work. Like this is what my caseworker was telling me. Like, we about to cut you off. Like, it ain't nothing that we can do for you at this point. You make too much money. And I'm looking at her like, what? I'm barely making it. What you mean? My son is. I remember when me and Dejan started wearing the same size shoe, and I'm wearing sneakers, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm buying boy shoes, and time for us, because I'm like, if he don't tear the shoes up too bad, we could literally wear the same size shoe. And then that was short lived. Anybody who got sons, they already know how that be. They wear a size for two weeks, and then all of a sudden they foot bigger. So I'm just, you know what I mean? And we all know that the system is big, and it's set up for you to stay in poverty, stay poor, stay down, stay off, stay crazy if you got some type of mental illness. The system is not set up for us to thrive. The system is not set up for people to do better. The system is not set up. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not. I remember when back in the early 2000s, maybe late 99s, late 90 and like 99, when they had started saying it was like I think it was transitional, either food stamps or Medicaid, or what was it? I mean welfare, where you can only be on welfare for a certain amount of months. Like, I think it was like 3 years maximum. And because it was people that was on welfare for generations, like they mama, they grandmama, they great grandmama, and they didn't literally been on welfare their whole life. I got a 2-year-old, and I just keep having kids, and I got 7 or 8 kids, and I didn't been on welfare for 20 years. And I'm getting this check from the government for 20 years. So they said, so the government shut it down, like, okay, well, I ain't giving y'all no more cash. I'm going to keep giving y'all food stamps, and I'm going to keep giving you Medicaid, but I'm going to cut the cash off. Right? Hold on. EK.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it worked this time.
What do you got to say about this?
I actually believe.
What? Okay, anyway, so it got to a point where they started cutting the cash off after a certain amount of years, right? And like that ain't never been my problem because I ain't cash, never worried about that. But I damn sure wanted food stamps and I wanted Medicaid. So then was I got cut off that, they like, okay, Medicaid. So now then my biggest thing was like Medicaid, like, damn, was Medicaid. Because we all know how much it costs to have medical. You got a decent job and they taking money out your check. You know, they saying pre-tax or whatever to pay for medical. But that's money that you feel like, man, fuck it. Like, you feel me? But that's another thing. You making over a certain amount of that, they gonna cut you off of medical too. So boom, you living in a world where you got a child, you ain't getting no child support, you working extra hard, you paying all your own bills, you ain't getting no guidance or support from the government, none whatsoever. You doing everything you can do, and the nigga that you done had this baby by is making excuses. He can't help you. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit about you homeless. I don't want to hear shit about you ain't got no job. I don't want to hear shit about none of shit. Stand up on your two motherfucking feet and do what the fuck you gotta do. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. If me as a mother can make a way out of no way, if I can pay my bills, take care of the kids, pay the lights, gas, water, buy clothes, shoes, this, that, and do all the things, and still make sure you fuck with your kid and bring them over and drop them off and do all the things and all that, and you can't even take care of you, whose fault is that? Nigga, that's your fault. Hustle. Hell, at this point, I don't care if it's legal or illegal. Do something. I don't understand how men, we gonna talk about the men. Before I get on the ladies, we gonna talk about the men right now. I don't understand how men feel comfortable broke. Now, I ain't talking about men who are paying bills, taking care of shit, and then after you take care of shit, you ain't got money to do other shit. I'm talking about you wake up broke every day. Most likely you waking up in somebody else's house, driving somebody else's car, and you ain't making no moves to have some money in your pocket. And you still sitting around all motherfucking day. Like somebody just gonna come and give you some shit. Now, another thing I wanna bring up. Young T called this young man's, or this, well, I don't know how old this person is, this man's phone. So apparently you got money to pay this phone bill. Unless this was the Obama, because they still giving out them free phones. So let's, hypothetical, because we don't know the situation, this man is able to pay a motherfucking phone bill. So you get some money from somewhere because Young T was able to call your phone. What? I know motherfuckers that be fucked up, okay? And I'm talking about whatever their situation is. And the first thing they think about are their children before they think about themselves. Because that's what real, I've been that before. When you gotta prioritize doing something for your child, paying the bill, and wanting to do something for yourself. Okay, so you know your want out the window. That's over with. That's dead. Dead. Man, I didn't work myself to the bone. I'm tired, feet hurt, stomach hurt, legs hurt, head hurt. I'm stressed out, all the things. But my child needs whatever he needs. Or something for school. I want to be in the band. Or I want to be, my son was in, he did football, he did baseball, he was in the band, he did a couple of different things. And everything he did had cost money. But he wanted to go on a trip, he wanted to go with cousins, he wanted to go with his friends, all that shit cost money. And when I say I didn't get a fucking red dime from his motherfucking daddy, sacrifices had to be made. Light bill $100, I'm gonna put $50 on it, pay for some shit, go outside and do Uber till 3 o'clock in the morning so I can make. Hey JoJo, because that's what real parents do. Now we know people gonna argue like, well, how you mad? You picked them. You're absolutely right. We as women and we picked the wrong men. Now I'm gonna say this: some girls get with men and know that these niggas ain't gonna do right. They know it. They know it. The nigga don't beat and took care of their last child. The nigga don't have a job when you meet him. All kind of stuff. The nigga say, he tell you out his mouth, I don't want no kids. And you still, thank you, Ruth, and you still had this baby by this nigga. You still had this baby by this nigga. And then you be shocked and appalled when the nigga don't want to do nothing for it. Now let me say this. Before I had my son, I was pregnant sometimes, right? I had several miscarriages, second trimester miscarriages, and I was pregnant in my tubes before I had my son. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that not one of them people that I was pregnant by, my first love or the other guy, came to me and told me, oh, I don't want to have no baby. Because I'm going to tell you this, and you can bank on it. If I got pregnant by a man and he told me he don't want it, he's going straight to the. I ain't gonna be no about it. Ain't gonna be no. Oh, I'm keeping my baby because I got what? I ain't. I ain't keeping it because I don't want to be a single parent. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to stress. I don't want to be feeling some type of way. I don't want to not have no money. Y'all only got one son. And I think that that's one of the stupidest things that girls can do when you dealing with a nigga and the nigga tell you they don't want to have no baby and you keep the baby anyway. I don't give a fuck what the excuse is. I don't care. If a nigga tell you he don't want to have the baby, abort it. That's how I feel. People be having so many morals and values and having so much other shit to think about and talk about and be feeling some type of way about other people's situations. But when you right in that situation and you got to deal with the shit, you can't think. Bitch, get out of here. That nigga told you that he wasn't going to take care of that kid. And you still had it. We ain't going to talk about the keep me babies either because it be a lot of those too. Where it be a nigga that might just keep the baby or might be okay with you, baby. But you thought that because y'all was a little rocky and things was going kind of messed up, if you kept the baby, then uh if you kept the baby, it might fix your relationship. That's some selfish shit too. So that's another thing that's crazy to me too. You and the nigga falling out, arguing all the time, fighting, and all type of crazy shit, and you have a baby with a guy that really don't like you for real. But if we get into that, ooh, that's gonna open up a whole nother can of worms. Because a lot of these niggas are so misogynistic. They hate women. They hate their mamas. They, you know what I mean? Well, it starts from the hate of their mamas, and then they start to hate all other women. So they are total misogynists, and then they end up hating their baby mamas. And then once they hate their baby mamas, they only like you if you what doing everything they say. They only like you if you uh giving them money or if they can use you in some type of way. And as soon as they can't use you, then they don't like you no more. By that time, you already knocked up 4, 5, 6 months pregnant. Maybe it's too late to get an abortion, and now you're gonna have to be bothered with a deadbeat or be bothered with a nigga who never really liked you in the first place. Crazy, straight crazy. But hold on, y'all. I gotta get out the car. I'm at my first stop. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. My bad. I'm back. So hold on, y'all. All right, my bad. So, um, so I'm really like at a point where you like I say, you just don't really be knowing people's situation. There be so many like variables in different people's situations when it come to being parents and being single and taking care of your children. And I commend I let me say this. I think that some fathers do get a bad rap. You know what I mean? Like they instantly get caught. Sometimes just because they ain't kissing the mama ass, because they ain't doing everything she say that got to be done, and you know what I mean. Like I know it's some excellent dads out there that's doing the best that they can, and bitch, just because I ain't making 200,000 a year and I ain't giving you every cent you asked for does not mean I'm a bad dad. That just means I'm doing the best that I can, and you got to take what you get. Period. Like you know what I mean. So I am a reasonable person when it comes to somebody who's really trying. But in a lot of situations, a lot of niggas just don't be trying. So many niggas they be so worried about what other people think and what other people say and how other people feel about them. A nigga will get some money and buy some Jordans and an outfit and post themselves on Instagram before they even think about doing anything for their kids, and then wonder why their baby mama calling them deadbeat. Like, come on, man, come on. And then they'll feel like shit like that is justified because it's like, well, I gotta do for me. And I know it's gonna be some men looking at this like, well, yeah, that's right. You're fucking wrong because your kids supposed to come before you. Who gives a damn about some motherfucking Jordans if your kids need shit? Bottom line, whoever is the custodial parent of the child, they're always gonna need something if they got your child. Period. They always gonna need something. Every mother, it might be every day, every month, every week. They always gonna need something because your child always gonna need something, and that's just what it is. Whether it's clothes, whether it's shoes, whether it's hair, whether it's activities, whether it's a little bit of groceries for the house, whether it's this, whether it's that. Another thing, I'm tired of the other person that's outside the home. If somebody is in a relationship with a person and motherfucker, let that nigga do it. What? I'm talking about be having the nerve to bring up another nigga when it come to your child. Fucking dumb dude. Now I'll tell you straight up, these are not arguments that I ever got in with my baby father. I never got into them type of arguments. First of all, I just didn't argue with my baby dad. Like when me and my baby father first broke up when my son was a toddler, like 2 and 3 years old, we went through them little problems. But after a while, I knew what the fuck was going on. And he, like I said, he paid child support up until my son was like, how old was they, John? Like 7? I don't know how old he was. My mother died. I can't do math. He was born in 2005. My mother died 2014. So he was 9. Up until my son was 9, he paid child support. Okay. Um, 2013. 13, 14. He paid child support. I keep saying 2015, but it was 13, 14. 13, 14, he paid child support. And I just, you know what I mean? Like, and we was cordial. We was cool. We was good. But when that shit stopped, I didn't have them type of arguments with my baby father. First of all, I feel like he knew better because I feel like he knew I was gonna cuss his motherfucking ass out. But other than that, like Cause I don't know. I just want one of the type of bitches that just used to be asking all the time either. Like, because I be feeling like a nigga gonna step up when he gonna step up. Period. You shouldn't even have to ask your baby father for shit for their kids. Or the reverse part around. If you are a father taking care of some kids, you shouldn't even have to ask your baby mama for stuff for their kids. That shit is crazy ridiculous. And I don't know, like I looked at that video and I listened, and that shit just hit a nerve with me. It hit a nerve. It hit a nerve. I'm homeless. I ain't got nowhere to live. I ain't. Did she tell you I was living in my car for 3 months in the cold and da 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 da? You got a phone? Paying that bill. What's up, book out? And everybody else, I'm sorry, I didn't. I just saw that name and I said something to book out. But to everybody else who came on here and left, my bad. Like I said, you ain't got nobody in your life that'll let you stay with them. I'll be like I said, I feel like I'm gonna repeat this. I feel like people be burning their bridges. What have you done to people? Is you a thief? Do you rob people? Have you killed somebody? Like, what are you sowing? I mean, what are you reaping in this season that you didn't sown out? Why are you suffering so much? And that's another thing. Like, I just be wanting to think like I really want to sit down with somebody. I want to sit down with a man and a woman who don't have custody of their kids, and like the other parent is the custodial parent. And I would like to ask them questions like, when you don't take care of your child, and you know, or you when you know this child needs shit, or do you know when the child needs shit? Is the other parent an ASCII type of parent, or do you think about shit like that? School time, summertime, every season a child needs shit. Different times of the year a child needs shit. They growing like weeds at certain ages. They getting taller. Little girls, they hips are spreading, and little boys, they get going this way or this way, depending on whatever. You know what I mean? Feet getting bigger, just all kind of shit. How do you feel not providing for your child? Because I would like to think that a lot of niggas just don't give a fuck. Like, is this shit eating you up inside? Like, that you ain't did a fuck thing for your baby? Do it eat you up as a parent, that even if you don't got the money to do nothing for your child, let's say you don't, and when you get a couple dollars, you like, well, I can't do nothing for my child because I got to do for me. Okay, cool. But you doing the best that you can, as you say, and it's best that you can only do things for you. You can't do nothing for your child, nothing. You can't get this other parent no type of help at all. Do this eat you? Do you feel guilt? Like, do those other parents feel any type of guilt? Because I wondered that. Hey, Zasharia, I wondered that with my baby father. 7, 8 years, that nigga didn't do nothing for my son. Didn't do a fuck thing, nothing for my son, not a thing. And I always wonder, like, do you sleep good at night? I know that's right, Ryan. What'd you say, Ryan Bridgewater? Do you sleep good at night? Do you got knots in your stuff? Because as a mother, hell, I was feeling the way when I couldn't give that DJ everything he wanted, let alone everything he needed. I know I had a good, decent young man. So when he was getting good grades and he was, doing great in certain things, and he might have wanted something today and I couldn't get it till Friday, or I'm working and I'm paying bills and we working shit out and da 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 da, and I'm trying to make sure everything, whatever might be going on, and you know how you gotta balance some shit out. And I was getting knots in my stomach and feeling stressed out because I couldn't give him certain shit that he asked for that he wanted. This particular type of jacket or this particular type of video game because my son is a gamer. Definitely was into that. A lot of boys do. Being that video game real heavy. And I couldn't get him this particular game that he asked for. I used to be feeling guilty. So how the fuck do those parents feel who do nothing for their kids? I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine getting up every day knowing that I got a child on the other side of the street, on the other side of the town, across the street, down the street, across the country, whatever, and I'm doing absolutely nothing for this child. Nothing. And right now I'm talking about financial. Yes, let me tell you something. And let's be very clear, okay? Even when my baby father wasn't doing nothing for my son, I still was taking my son over there to spend time with his dad because I also understand that spending time with the father, a son being in the child's life, a son being in the father's life, or a father being in the son's life is important. So even when he wasn't doing nothing monetarily, he was still seeing his father. Let's be clear, okay? I ain't no petty bitch. Let's be clear. But the reality of that situation is you had a good baby mama who was willing to look over the shit that you had going on and the excuses that you was making just so you could be with your son. Because that's important. And then it got to a point where my son was like, I don't want to go over there no more. And that was for some other reasons. That was for some other shit. It had nothing to do with money or nothing. So wondering, like, how do these parents feel that do nothing for their kids? Do they lose sleep? That's really a question. Like, I remember my cousin, rest her soul, had two boys. Now, growing up, she was like, she was a drug addict, and she was a big thief. Steal all the time. Steal from stores, steal from here, steal there. She was a big thief, drug addict. So when she had both of the kids, the oldest one, her brother took custody of the oldest one, and then the youngest one went to foster care, and he got sent to foster care, and another family took him. I've never seen that. The family, we've never. Well, I should say I didn't. I think her siblings may have saw the other little boy, and her mother, for her mother passed away, but none of our other family has seen her other son. Wouldn't know who he is right now, but I know he was like, he had really got affected by the drugs, so I think he's like sickly and stuff like that. Anyway, I used to always think about the fact that she absolutely, because we didn't have conversations about it, that she absolutely knew that her other child was with these other people, and she had a child that was with her sibling, and it was times that she didn't do anything for her child. Whoa, this motherfucker behind me was acting like he ain't want to slow down. It was a little scary, but I was about to get rear-ended for a second, y'all. Anyway, but y'all got real bad PTSD. I done got rear-ended like 3 times. So every time I slow down, and I always look behind me to see if the car behind me is slowing down, because that PTSD from getting rear-ended is a real fucking thing. Anyway, I thought about that all the time, like I said, and I had conversations with her about her, doing things for the oldest child, the one she was actually able to talk to and do things for her and steal for her. And because she had an addiction, when she was stealing, she wasn't thinking about her child. She was thinking about her addiction, stealing stuff for people, getting the money, and taking care of herself. Her brother was taking care of her child. Other people was doing for her child, you know. And she slept good every night. I don't know. Like, okay, let me talk about something else. My father, right? Now, my father was not in my life until I was 15 years old. 15 years old. He did not take care of me at all when I was a child. He was in my life around the age of 7-ish, 6 or 7. I remember going over my grandmother's house. He took me over my grandmother's house one time. I spent the night with my dad one day. I cried, because I wasn't used to being over there. I woke up in the middle of the night. He took me home, and I didn't see him again until I was 15. Like, dead ass, that's what happened. And when I saw him, he did not know who I was. Um, and that hurts right now to this day. My father, another person, rest his soul, but that shit hurt. Okay? And mind you, my father got two girls. I got a sister that's older than me, then it's me, and a little brother. So I always wondered, like, what his life was like those years that my sister and I wasn't around. Like, you just living your life, fucking hoes. He had an apartment. Cause my grandmother owned property. My grandmother owned an apartment building. So you living for free in your mama's building without a care in the world. You ain't thinking about us. You ain't thinking about us. My father always had. I think my father escaped child support for years because he worked like temp jobs and shit like that. And probably every time they would catch on, he would just go to another spot, like crazy shit like that, which is in fucking insane. And I, when I this life, for I was very resentful and angry and all the things. You know what I mean? Eventually, I got over it, and I had to deal with all that on my own. I didn't go to no counseling. My mother didn't put me in therapy and all that other stuff. Like, I had to talk things out with my mother. I had to talk things out with my sister. I talked to my friends. Hell, I talked to him. Like, nigga, I need answers, type shit. And I want to know why. And what were you doing all these years? Like, just living your life, just, what the fuck? Like, my mother was struggling. My mother was working 2 and 3 jobs, and my mother was in and out the hospital and going through shit, and you just was living your life. Just ain't that a crazy thought that you can make a whole human being and don't give them a fucking thought, just don't give a fuck at all about them, like, and then got the nerve to be rude and indignant and fucked up with somebody because they asking you why you ain't taking care of your responsibility. Crazy. That's crazy to me. It's insane. It's totally fucking insane. I just it's just like, just some things you just can't wrap your head around. Like, you just can't wrap your head around it. And that's one of the things. Now, over time, me and my father had the greatest relationship. You would have people they saw how good my dad and I's relationship was, and they would have never even thought that my father didn't take care of me my whole life. They would have thought that from infancy all the way up until I was grown, that he was the best dad in the world, because I had to put shit aside. At the age of 15, I had to go through it and do all the inner work and all of this shit. I had to go through all of that. You feel me? I had to go through it and forgive him for not giving a fuck about me or how my mother was gonna take care of me, because that's what the fuck is the real deal. And it's just a crazy thought. It's I don't know. And then okay, so let's flip it, let's reverse it, let's talk more about the moms, right? So it is moms out here, mothers, who carry a child. You know the shit that I went through when I was pregnant. You know how many women out here go through all kind of shit. You can have a beauty. You ain't even got to go through a fuck thing. You can go. You can have the most beautiful pregnancy, the easiest pregnancy, and all the things, and then go through labor, the pain, and all, and go through all through the pregnancy part, the cravings and the uncomfortable parts, and getting bigger and gaining weight and all the things when you go through you go through when you get pregnant, right? And then drop your baby like a damn stray cat in a wild. Like, how does that even calculate as a woman? Like, you a straight up fucking alley cat. Like, straight up alley cat. It's a lot of women that are straight up fucking alley cats, like, without a doubt. Straight up alley cats. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get out again. I'm at my next stop. I'm back. Man, I need another phone. This little phone toe up. Excuse me. Phone is toe up. So the hell up. I need another phone, like. yesterday. Yo, my second phone is so raggedy. It's like a it's like an 8 or something. When I say this phone is just two, I'm talking about two. And I need to. I'm gonna have to replace this phone. This is a what is it? A 15 Pro Max, I think. So I'm gonna end up turning this into my second phone, and then buy upgrading this one to my and getting the primary phone as my upgrade gonna be my primary phone. Cause baby, when I say it's a mess. Anyway, um, I don't know. When I see kids not being taken care of, and then you just be getting into the thick of things when you looking at their mamas and daddies and people that's taking care of them or not, or not taking care of them, the lack of the care of the taking, it's just sad and it's fucked up. And you know what I mean, like, these kids ain't asked to be here, because you was irresponsibly fucking one day, and then all of a sudden now this child got to go without shoes and clothes and feet and food and all these things, the basic necessities of life, because you was irresponsibly fucking a nigga that don't want to be a good dad. Like, that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. It ain't right. Let's talk about me. Did I see red flags in my baby father? Yeah, I saw red flags on my baby dad. I'm gonna keep it totally honest. Did I see enough red flags to the point where I thought that he wasn't gonna take care of our child? Absolutely not. No. I saw some red flags in him where I felt like, he was a little selfish and little certain things about him. But when I say he was happy that I was pregnant, and you know what I mean, like when you got somebody that's right there that's like they glad you having the baby, mind you, he only had one child at the time, and I was his outcast, so I would have been his second baby mama, and I ain't had no kids. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, I got a baby mama who ain't got no kids. I was young in my 20s. My baby father 9 years older than me. You feel me? So, he was happy as fuck. Like, it was all good. Like, okay, cool. We having a baby. So, in my wildest dreams, I would have never thought, you feel me, that this nigga just dead ass was not gonna take care of his kid. Like, I would have never thought that. Never, ever, 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 ever in a million years. Like, never, ever. And I know I'm hopping from subject to subject, but I'm about to hop back to my dad now. So, like I said, my dad, I have an older sister. She used to live. Last time I talked to her was the day my father, well, maybe a couple weeks after my dad died. We didn't talk. We text, or I saw a message from her. It wasn't even direct communication. However, we communicated a little bit after my father passed away. That's the last time I talked to her. So that was in 2018. Um, then it's me, and then I have a little brother. And I think about, you know, how my father passed away, right? So my father had cancer, and the cancer started off, I believe it started off in his liver, I believe, originally. And he lived, because my mother died in 14. He found out he had the cancer in 2015. 2015. So he lived for 3 years with the cancer. Um, and when my father passed away, nobody in that room was there for him except for my friends and my family. Other than my little brother and my little brother's pastor. of the church that he was attending at the time. And coincidentally, the pastor of the church that he went to, that he grew up in, was my seventh grade teacher. Crazy, right? Right. So, you know, you don't wish certain types of things on nobody. And like I said, me and my father had a good relationship. I had grew to like not resent him no more. I was grateful for our relationship and all the things. I tell y'all all the time, before my father passed away, he was very mean to me, and everything. I forgave him for that. I was hurt and everything, but like I say all the time, I don't know what it is to be dying of cancer. So I felt like, he was angry. He didn't want to die. He wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Like, he got cheated in life. I don't know what he was feeling, but he was very, very mean to me before he died of cancer. Um, and whatever. So I just, I wonder, like it, like think about this. My father was in a nursing home, so I had been telling, I had been posting like, my father is in hospice and all the things, right? So my father was in hospice like, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks before the day they called me and was like, okay, he ain't gonna make it through the night, or he probably ain't gonna make it to tomorrow. You need to come up here, boom. So I called off work that day. I was working at University Hospital, Cleveland, UH. I go up there and I put that on social media, and people came up to the hospital to support me, right? I mean, not hospital, nursing home. All my friends, all my family. None of our family members was there. None of them. None of my father's friends. My father didn't have a girlfriend. He ain't have a wife. He ain't have nobody that was keeping up enough with him, that cared enough about him to see, who wanted to even care about him enough to wanted to see him when he took his last breath. And when I think about moments like that, matter of fact, it was so ugly to the point where, and this is really the reason why my sister and I don't talk. My father asked, because when they on their last little breaths or whatever, they have a request. So my father wanted to talk to my older sister. I have a sister. Y'all know my sister Nadia. That's not my father's. We have different dads. So I have a sister. Like I said, last time I talked to her, she was living in Atlanta. Or not Atlanta, but in Georgia. I don't know exactly if it was in Atlanta, but somewhere in Georgia. And he wanted to talk to her. I reached out to her, and I'm like, he wants to talk to you. And she straight up was like, no, I don't want to talk to him. So I'm trying to explain to her, like, you do understand that he's in hospice care, and this gonna be his last day. They saying that he ain't gonna make it through the night, or he ain't gonna make it to tomorrow. Like, this is gonna be your last time that you can talk to him. So if you need to talk to him today, like, and she like, no, I ain't got nothing to say. Boom. Immediately in my mind, you is crazy. You are insensitive. You are. I can't believe you was raised like this. And let me explain something. When my father was alive, no, he did not take care of us when we were children, but he tried to make up for it when we were adults. He tried. He tried to get it. Like, for me, he used to do things for me because of course, I was living in the city. So we used to have to spend holidays together and do all the things together. You know what I mean? So I was just like appalled that she didn't want to talk to her father on his deathbed. Like, this man is dying. And to this day, I ain't gonna front. I still don't understand that. Because as I said, he was not the best father when we was kids, but as an adult, he tried. He tried. He tried to get that relationship back. He tried his best because him and I had a good relationship, and he was trying to get it with my sister. And she didn't want it. Like she took his money when he gave it to her, and when he was trying to do stuff for her, she accepted gifts. But if it wasn't about him giving her stuff, she wasn't with it, right? So when she didn't talk to him on his deathbed, I was done with her. I'm like, am I man, you crazy? Because ain't no way in the world. Let me tell you something. It could have been a time where I ain't never talked to. He could have never did nothing to me in my life. And I just feel like my mother raised me with enough empathy that if a man is on his dying bed and he on his last breath and he asks him to speak to me and I'm his daughter, that I'm gonna be like, hello, what's up, what you need, like, you know what I mean? Or, you know, hi, what's up, you know, something. Me as a person, I'm gonna do that. I didn't have that much hate in my heart. I didn't have it. And if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't have had it either. Period. I didn't. And the crazy part is, when she was growing up, he actually did with me. She's older than me. So I think when he was dating her mother, I think they was actually together for a small amount of time when she was born. So she was like around family members at my grandmother's house. I never had none of that. I don't have any memories except that one memory of when I was like 6 or 7. So she actually got like pictures and like real legit solid memories of actually spending time with my father and my grandmother at their house and doing shit and all the things. So, but you know, that don't make a difference when you feel away, when you have malice and disdain and hate and those type of things in your heart. All that shit don't matter. Cool. But she did not want to talk to that man. She like, fuck no, absolutely not. Like, and she did. He died, of course. He ended up passing away, and that, like, I remember like the time of day was still daytime, right? Because he died in September 15th. It was still daytime, and I reached out to her, and you know, the whole night she had time to call back, this and that, all the things. He ended up dying at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I did not call her and tell her nothing. Because to me, I didn't owe her an explanation. Why would you want to know when he died when you didn't want to talk to that man? I didn't owe her explanation, and I stand on that to this day. I stand on that. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it the exact same way I did it before. That man wanted to talk to you, and you told him no because you still had some hate or malice or resentment or whatever in your heart about him not taking care of you when you was a child and you fucking 40 years old. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck on. When he actually was trying while you was an adult. Now, let's just say this. It's your prerogative. You don't have to accept the apologies of a parent that didn't take care of you growing up. You don't have to accept the apologies, but you want to accept their money. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, she didn't talk to him. I didn't tell her that he passed away. When he passed away, it was me, the guy I was with at the time, my ex, my son, and my little brother. We ended up leaving the nursing home. I went to sleep. I went home, went to sleep. When I woke up, I posted it on Facebook that, my father had passed away. I thanked everybody who had came up to the nursing home and supported me on the calls and texts and all the things. And, you know what I mean? I really appreciated it. Like, just very grateful for everybody. So I didn't hear from her. Like, I knew she was going to see the post because we were friends on Facebook. So she eventually, so I ended up going to her post, to her page on Facebook, and she had posted like, it's messed up or fucked up or however she put it, like that I gotta find out about my father's death on Facebook, and I wasn't given a call, a personal call, or boop, 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 bitch. Now, first of all, you didn't even call him father, dad, none of that. You called the man by his first name. Like, let's be honest. Now, all of a sudden, you on Facebook and you didn't turn into a victim. Get the fuck out of here. You're no fucking victim. You had an opportunity to talk to that man, and because whatever you felt deep down inside of your guts, you didn't want to. You had that hate in your heart, and you ain't want to talk to him when he was dying, literally dying, and now all of a sudden you think you deserve a personal shout out? Bitch, no, I wasn't giving it to you. You didn't deserve it. If he didn't deserve to talk to you, his oldest child, on his dying bed, then you didn't deserve a personal call when he passed away. And like I said, if I had to do that all over again and relive that moment, which I would never want to, because I had to watch my father take his last breath, I wouldn't call her again. And I stand on that. I stand on it. I don't regret it. I don't take it back. I will never apologize. Never. She was wrong. Because, like I said, I feel like my mother raised me with enough empathy that that man is dying. The least you could have did was say hello, and said so he could have just heard your voice. And that's just how I feel about it, period. I don't care. I don't care. And maybe I'm just a little softer about it because he's my father. Because I was the one who was making the moves and doing the things, and we had the relationship or whatever. But like I said, he tried to get it with her and she ain't want it. But either way, the point of me saying all of that was that in the end, all he had was me. The child that he didn't take care of, the child that he didn't give a fuck about, the child that until I was 15 and I told my mother, take me to my father's house. I want to see him. And I got to that man's door. Hold on, y'all. Yes. What? Wait. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta